So let's talk about Social Security. Because one of the big questions we've been getting a lot lately here on this channel is what is going on for Social Security recipients? Are beneficiaries going to receive an increased amount anytime soon? Are benefits going to go up? Are we going to see any type of legislation that is going to benefit Social Security recipients? Well, there's more than 70 million people that are collecting Social Security every single month, and there are some changes that are potentially coming. And we're going to break that down in today's video, but specifically, we're going to talk about the upcoming cost of living adjustment for 2026. We'll discuss that first. We'll also talk about why more people are claiming benefits faster than ever before. That will be second. And third, we're going to discuss why Social Security is using digital Social Security cards, and they're going to start that this summer. So we're going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how you will likely be impacted. But first, before we do the update, I do ask one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. Right now in the United States, there's a cost of living crisis. To afford anything from food to just daily essentials to utility bills and even rent and your mortgage, things are becoming very out of control. They are almost unaffordable. This is why more and more people are demanding more for Social Security recipients. There are some pieces of legislation that have been passed around Congress. However, they haven't really gone anywhere. We know there's the Social Security Fairness Act. There's other different provisions and other different policies that people are discussing. But again, we are in a very interesting time where the Trump administration is trying to cut expenses, but then there's other groups that are trying to increase the amount of benefits going out to the American people. And now we're trying to find that very fine line as to what is too much and what is too little. But here's what we know. It says how much Social Security benefits could rise next year according to the inflation data. Keep in mind, we just got our inflation update just the other day. And so I want to read this to you. It says right here, Social Security recipients could receive a 2.5% raise next year, according to projections. It says the Social Security Administration will announce the actual cost of living adjustment in October, informing roughly 67 million recipients how much their benefits will rise in 2026. It says the May Consumer Price Index rose 2.4% over the same period last year, less than the 2.5% expected by economists. It says the COLA calculation is based on a subset of the headline inflation index called the Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners and Clerical Workers, CPI-W. It rose by 2.2% over the past 12 months. One of the things that we are trying to get away from is move away from the CPI-W, which encompasses everything in the economy, and move towards the CPI-E, which is mainly geared towards the elderly. This is something that many people have been discussing for several years, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. Because if we were to do that, there would be a pretty substantial increase to the cost of living adjustment in 2026. Some lawmakers say it's better to do that now than to wait another 4 or 5 years. Others say that doing that's only going to increase the fact that Social Security is going to become insolvent by 2033 or 2034. So only speeding up that timeline does Social Security no good, especially when many are saying that Congress is not going to vote on anything to see any type of massive reform to Social Security. Because by doing so, whether this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing, it could be political suicide for any lawmaker that votes on the bill. So that's why some say trying to switch this from the CPI-W to the CPI-E is highly unlikely. I want to show you something else though, because as we see all these question marks, one of the things that we're seeing more and more is people are going and applying for benefits faster than ever. Look at this. It says why there's an unexpected surge in people claiming Social Security. I want to read a little bit of this article to you. This is from NPR. It says right here, Social Security retirement claims tend to follow a seasonal pattern each year, and they increase over time with the aging of the population. It says, but this spring something different happened. He says an unexpected surge in the number of people applying for retirement benefits. Between January and May, the number of claims was nearly 18% higher than during the same period last year. 18% more. That's substantial. Says this surge is disconcerting, he says, because for most individuals, it's financially smart for them to postpone claiming as long as they're financially able to. That's because the longer you wait to claim your monthly benefit, the more it grows. And that is true. Okay, you actually see less money the earlier on that you claim it. I want to read this last thing to you as well. It says right here, the question I have is, are these largely people who were planning to retire like 6 months from now, who have accelerated by a short period of time? Or are they people who are making a much more fundamental shift in their retirement plans in terms of claiming years earlier than they had been planning? Social Security is financed through a payroll tax. During your working years, you and your employer pay into the system. When you retire, your benefits are based on how much you or your spouse paid in and your age. The earliest anyone can claim benefits is 62. Obviously, full retirement age is age 70, or actually age 67. Now, once you turn age 70, your benefits just stop increasing. Okay, that's really the longest you should wait. Now, why is this important? More and more people are claiming benefits because we are seeing this increased cost to live. And it's just turning into a crisis where many people just can't afford it. They can't afford to buy food, can't afford their medication, can't afford their rent or their utility payments or their mortgage or car insurance. It's just outright expensive. As a result, one of the quickest ways to find some additional money is to just go and sell something large. If you don't have any assets, you can't do that. Okay. The next thing is you can go and work some more hours. The problem is you are working more and you have to work every hour to make X amount of dollars. So for some, it's just not doable. And the third one, and probably the biggest one, and some that most people are doing, is if they can claim Social Security, even if it's a very small amount, they're going to do it, because even if that puts an additional $1,000 into their pocket, they're thinking, that is great, that's $1,000 more than I had. Okay, perfect. I'm going to claim benefits now. And so yes, they're going to lose money over the course of their lifetime by claiming benefits early, but at the same time, they're not worried about what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. People are worried about what's going to happen today. That's part of the issue. So, are we going to see more and more people claim Social Security over the next several months? According to predictions based off multiple economists and people from Social Security, they say yes, to expect the number to increase substantially. So we'll see. Do want to show you this one as well. It says digital Social Security cards coming this summer. And I bring this up because a lot of people don't have a Social Security card. They don't know where to get one. Okay, they don't know how to prove that they have a number. Hey, I want to read this to you. It says the Social Security Administration just announced a major update. Starting this summer, Americans with a My Social Security account will be able to access their digital Social Security number online. The goal is to simplify access, reduce paper card replacements, and improve data protection. A couple things here is the reduce paper card replacements. That can be fairly expensive for the United States, especially if you are losing them quite a bit. And improve data protection. That's another big one. Because of security concerns, according to the Social Security Administration, they believe the My Social Security account is going to be the best thing for people, instead of requesting all this information through the phone or in person, and then it gets emailed to you or actually sent to your mail. That's something they don't want to do, because all it takes is a piece of lost mail. Somebody else gets it, and now they have your Social Security number. They have a bunch of other information. They say the easiest thing is just make it all digital, because most people do have a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, then you are probably out of luck. But if you also don't have a smartphone, there's a very good chance you're probably not watching this video. So let me know. What are your thoughts on Social Security? Are you expecting a massive change here in the next several months? We were being told that Social Security is going to see some form of some type of a change, some reform. but it's not going to be a massive reform. So for those coming out and saying that this is going to be the historic for Social Security and millions of recipients, I don't see that happening just yet. It could, but I don't see it happening just yet. So, as we get more information on Social Security and what's going on here in the near future and how you will potentially be impacted, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news as soon as we get it. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.